Lloyd, president of Cupe, New Brunswick, and you are listening to Cupe Talks in the Maritimes with Nick and Chris.
Do you have any takeaways that you're going to be taking from the courses that you've learned so far?
Yes. So I've done a lot of the single day training courses through Cupe already. And one of the most valuable things is speaking and discussing events and experiences with the other participants.
And I would love to see more members get involved with anything, whether it's start out on a small committee. We want to see,
Can you tell us a little bit about what you've learned here this week?
It's a great learning experience, and as long as I've been around and involved, I'm still learning.
I am Nicholas London, co-host of Cupe Talk in the Maritimes.
I'm Chris Watson, president of the New Brunswick Federation of Labor and co-host of Cupe Talk in the Maritimes.
Hi, my name is Brian Watson, former president of Cupe New Brunswick, and now the producer of Cupe Talk in the Maritimes and across Canada.
Wes Wills, Local 380 Vice President.
Hey, this is Justin Spooner, Region DVP and First Vice President of Cupe 1253.
I'm Shelby Dodge, President of Local 3226.
Karen Tier, President of the New Brunswick Council of Nursing Home Unions.
I'm Jamie Agnew, and I'm the President of Cupe Local 963, representing New Brunswick Liquor Store, retail, and warehouse workers.
I'm Sherry Hillier, President of Cupe Newfoundland and Labrador, and General Vice President for the Atlantic Maritimes.
I'm Cheryl Ann Keown, and I also sit on Local 805.
Quay, hello. This is Kathy Johnson, President of Cupe 5446.
Hi, my name is Dorinda Smith. I'm from Local 813.
I'm Teresa McAllister, Provincial President of Cupe 2745 Educational Support Staff.
Bonjour, ici Alain Soucy, membre du SCFP, Syndicat canadien de la fonction publique.
Hey everyone, this is Candace Rennick, Cupe's National Secretary Treasurer, and you're listening to Cupe Talk in the Maritimes.
Hey, this is Mark Hancock, Cupe National President, and you're listening to Cupe Talk in the Maritimes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is history. It is gone. It is out of there. It is Bill 148. And we're going to get to that. But first, let me welcome the Nova Scotia host and my good friend, Matthew McDonald. Matt, welcome to our show.
Hey, thanks, Nick. I'm happy to be here. It's good to see you again.
Brother, everyone is talking here in the Atlantic. It is a victory, a long overdue victory, as we say goodbye to Bill 148 because, well, let's be honest, we were right from the beginning. It was illegal. Tell me, what are your thoughts hearing the news coming down?
Well, it's been a long time coming, Nick, and for me especially, I remember being a young activist, or I thought I was young anyway, standing outside Province House in Halifax and protesting against Bill 148. That was back in 2015, so over a decade ago. So that's how long it's taken us to get to this point. So it's a personal victory for me as well. I'm quite pleased with this. And like you said, Nick, we knew it all along. We knew all along it was unconstitutional. We knew all along that Stephen McNeil and his Liberals were violating our constitutional rights. And then Tim Houston turned around and campaigned against it. And then once he got into office, he decided that he changed his mind and was going to waste taxpayer dollars on defending it. So it's been a long and winding road, Nick, but here we are, and it's a good day.
How can, how can one who knew it was illegal go and spend taxpayers' money to try to fight it? I don't know if maybe Mr. Houston realizes, but the workers of that province are the ones that, put him in that position. So to turn around and spend, God knows how much, millions probably of dollars fighting this, knowing that the outcome would come out in court and people would realize, hey, thanks for spending our hard-earned money on something that you just want to take workers' rights away, not give them anything. Like, how devastating is that?
That is, like, to him personally, absolutely, and especially because it comes on the heels of an austerity budget. It's been a bad week for Tim Houston. So at one time, he's trying to convince Nova Scotians that there's no money left to give, right? That the government can't spend anymore, that they need to make cuts. And then at the same time, he's wasting the money that the taxpayers fund the government with on fighting this bill in court. which, as you and I both know, is a losing battle. It's already been proven. The Supreme Court of the province very clearly stated that this was illegal. So, come on, Tim, stop wasting our money and spend it where it needs to be spent.
Right. We both
Yeah.
know that long-term care. I mean, that has been very much talked about over the last, I'll say, the last 6 months, almost a year now, of nonstop discussions. One that Tim does not want to have. One that should have been had a long time ago, because we're putting the seniors and those that are not able to be out and enjoying their time because they're not well and they need to be taken care of. And Tim just pushes that off to the side, which to me is extremely alarming.
Oh, absolutely. And these workers, these CUPE members who work in long-term care, like, the work that they do is invaluable. Like, it contributes so much to not just the residents that they're caring for, but their families and then the communities at large as well, right? So it's shameful what Tim Houston has put these folks through. Like, people doing the same jobs in your province, for example, in Brunswick, or jobs in PEI, are making more money doing the same thing. So how can Tim Houston make the argument that they're being paid appropriately? It's not fair and it's not right, Nick. And myself and the rest of the board of Keeping Nova Scotia are not going to stand for it.
Well, and the thing too is going back to Bill 148, that was illegal, by the way. To say, well, we're going to put a wage freeze on things. My first thought is, you're saying that these people are paid well, then why the wage freeze? Why not? Why wouldn't Tim step in and be like, you know what, we're going to do away with that because we don't need it. They get paid good money. They shouldn't need any more. So QP knew we need some more money. I mean, my goodness, times are changing quickly, and we need to adapt. And to adapt, we need more money. Tim, I don't want to speak out of turn, but Tim seems like a little bit of I'll just say it. Seems like a bit of a moron.
I don't think you're the only person who would use that word to describe him, Nick. That's for sure. Yeah.
So what goes through your mind, seeing this and knowing that this wage freeze was so outlandish and out in left field? It should never have been there to begin with. So where does CUPE go from here? What's the overall feeling amongst members knowing that this has come down over the last 24 hours?
Well, I think the initial feeling with a lot of members is one of relief and joy, and kind of acknowledgement that we were right all along, and then immediately people are shifting their focus to asking the question of what this means now. What's the next step? Because what the Supreme Court just handed down, these wage freezes, unconstitutional as they were, violated our rights to collective bargaining. I mean, therefore, myself and other workers here in Nova Scotia lost out on wages and lost out on benefits that we could have earned had the government at the time respected our constitutional rights. So, the government has a lot to make up for. Let me say that, Nick. And not just us in CUPE, but the other unions in the province as well. We're going to keep Tim Houston's feet to the fire and make sure that he delivers for us.
I have followed Nova Scotia Federation of Labor. I saw their comments earlier. I read their press release. My first thought is, wow, look at the groups that are jumping on this, because you're right. This has affected everyone. This doesn't just affect us. It affects everyone. So when you're watching affiliates, and I'll call them labor-friendly friends of the union, jumping on, everyone's jumping in, this ball is growing quickly. What is going through your head seeing that?
Nick, there might have been a bit of a technical difficulty there.
That's
There was
okay.
some
That's
audio
okay.
coming through, but I couldn't make out what you were saying.
That's okay. So when you look at the Federation of Labor jumping on board, and people are, affiliates are joining in, we're seeing this snowball effect, because people have now realized, hey, we were screwed.
He said Federation of Labor there, but I don't know if we're having some technical difficulties here. I don't know if you can see me or hear me. It looks like your picture's frozen
Oh,
there, Nick.
I can see you and hear you.
Let's see. I'm seeing a message saying, oops, lost reconnecting. So fingers crossed, we're going to get reconnected here in a second.
You're good. I see ya. Well, either way, the most important thing we're doing here is letting the people know what is happening. Because at the end of the day, the people need to realize that collective bargaining is the most important thing. And when a government tries to shut that down, tries to tell you that you have no rights, the most important thing you're going to do is stand up together in unity
I'm not
and
sure.
show each other
Should I
support and battle through.
disconnect and reconnect here and try to improve our
Sure.
connection? I don't know.
Yep.
Sorry, Nick. I can't
It
make
is
out a
the
thing you're
most
saying.
important thing you're going to do, guys. I'm so proud of Cupe. I'm so proud of the affiliates, those who jumped on and made sure that they let their voices be known as well. That Bill 148 was illegal. It was unconstitutional, and it was just a complete violation of workers' rights. Everyone deserves better and more quality of life. And in 2026, everything's going up around you. The most important thing we're going to do is get a fair contract, better wages, job security, better benefits. All this stuff is important. So, way to go, Cupe. Way to go, everyone who is jumping on board, all of Nova Scotia. And we're going to take a quick break because I would like to try to get Matt back on board. So everyone hang tight. We'll be right back.
Attention vehicle owners, tired of juggling
I
tire
apologize,
issues
Nick.
and car maintenance? Meet Discount
I don't
Tire and
understand what's happening
Automotive,
here. Some
your
kind of
one-stop
technical
solution
difficulty.
for comprehensive tire and automotive services.
Your picture is froze.
From
Voice
top
is coming
brand
through.
tire
Sounding
sales to
very.
expert installations and repairs, we've got your wheels
I
covered.
know you're something, but
Our
I can't make
experienced
it at all. I'm
technicians
not sure
handle
what to
oil
do.
changes, brake repairs, and alignments, ensuring your car is road ready. Desire a smoother, safer drive? Discover competitive pricing paired with exceptional customer service. Don't wait. Schedule your appointment with Discount Tire and Automotive today. Drive with confidence, knowing your vehicle's in expert hands. Come in and see the team, and remember, Discount Tire and Automotive is an official sponsor of Cupe Talk in the Maritimes. At Higgins Insurance, we understand that protecting what matters most, your family, your home, your livelihood, is not just a policy, it's a promise. As a trusted provider serving Atlantic Canadians for over 25 years, we're proud to offer personalized coverage tailored to your unique needs, whether it's auto, home, or life insurance. Our team is committed to transparency, reliability, and exceptional service, ensuring peace of mind through every stage of life. Let Higgins Insurance be your partner in protection. Because when it comes to your future, you deserve nothing less than confidence. The official insurance of Cupe Talk.
Charred Oak Designs creates custom, personalized gift products. With 2 lasers, a CNC, and all the woodworking tools needed to create your perfect gift. From board games, cutting boards for wedding gifts, and everything in between. Got an idea? Give me a shout at info@Charred Oak CA. Find me on Facebook under Charred Oak Designs.
And we are back here. Now, as everyone knew, we were having some technical difficulties, so I'm waiting to see if Matt's able to call back into the show and we'll finish it. However, again, huge news coming out of Nova Scotia last night that Bill 148 is illegal. Tim Houston was wrong. He should never have tried to take your money to fight this. This was not the right way to go about it. We knew it was wrong. We made it known it was wrong, but he still went and did it. And at the end of the day, the final outcome was Bill 148 is illegal. Now, with that being said, I am going to patch Matt back through in a moment as he has restarted to get things done. I want to bring up to you guys again that when you're live, these things can happen. However, we will work with it and we will do our best to get everything out to all of you because that's what we're here for. QB Talk in the Atlantic cares about the members, the working class, and the labor movement all across this country. So allow me to just again alliterate the fact that Bill 148 was illegal. I'd love to have a discussion with Tim because I'd like to just tell him that he was wrong over and over. And obviously, that's not going to happen. So, from this point, as we are slowly going to just, I'm assuming Matt is not going to make it back in. So, with that being said, guys, I guess that's it. We're done. We're gone. I wanted to come on here just to talk about this. That was a huge win for Cupe and the entire labor movement across Nova Scotia. Be proud, be happy, stand in solidarity because Cupe Talk on the Atlantic stands in solidarity with you.